guys, Constance here. Welcome back to Good Life Farm. So I'm bringing you into the kitchen this evening to make a really easy kind of one-pan dinner. It is a beef and sweet potato skillet, and it's got sweet potato, ground beef, red onion, some spinach, some green apple, and you just basically cook this stuff all together in a skillet, and it is full of flavor. It's really healthy, super delicious, and it is one of my favorite kind of simple meals. So I'm going to put on an apron and we'll get started. Alright guys, so I've got my nice big skillet here, and I'm going to put in 1 pound of ground beef, and I'm going to let this start browning, and while it's cooking I'll take my wooden spoon and like break it up as it cooks. But while it's cooking, I'm going to peel and dice some sweet potatoes. Now generally this recipe would call for 1 or 2 regular sized sweet potatoes. These things are tiny little sweet potatoes. It's the only thing I could find. Although I do have, I don't know how many out in my garden, but I haven't dug them yet. So I'll probably do maybe three sweet potatoes that I have here. I'll dice up about a cup of red onion, so I'll probably only need about half of this, and I will dice up a green onion. Now this recipe calls for some garlic powder. I'm going to go ahead and put it in with my ground beef because, just a little thing about me, ever since I was pregnant with my first child many years ago, pardon the dogs are playing in the other room, ever since I was pregnant with my first child many years ago, I have hated the smell of ground beef cooking. I don't know why, I just hate it. So I always put either garlic or onion or something like that in the meat while it's cooking. So I'll go ahead and add my garlic powder now. Alright, so the ground beef is about halfway cooked. Got a little bit more to go. I'm going to go ahead and add in my diced sweet potato and red onion. And I'm going to add in about a half a teaspoon of salt. Pretty much all of these seasonings are half a teaspoon of everything. About a half a teaspoon of black pepper. half a teaspoon of chili powder. Let me turn that light back on there. Half a teaspoon of oregano. And a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I'm just going to stir these all together, and then I'm going to put a lid on here and let it cook together on kind of a medium-low heat for about 10 minutes, or until the sweet potato is just beginning to get tender. And while those are cooking, I'm going to dice up my apple, and I'm going to grab some spinach out of my freezer. And I almost forgot cinnamon. That was the other spice. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon goes into this too. Alright, the sweet potatoes are almost fully cooked. They've still got a little bit of bite to them. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my diced apple and my spinach. And this is just about maybe 3/4 of a cup or so of some frozen spinach. I let it thaw out, and then I squeeze the liquid out of it. You could use some fresh spinach too if you've got some on hand, but I've usually got some spinach in my freezer just so I can toss it into things like this. Kind of stir that all together, and then we'll just let it go. We'll just let it go for a couple more minutes until the sweet potatoes are finished cooking through, and then the apples are kind of heated up, and the spinach as well. And then dinner will be done. Alright, so there you go. Beef and sweet potato skillet dinner. You've got the ground beef, the sweet potatoes, red onion, spinach, apple, bunch of seasonings. It's simple and it's delicious. And of course, I have a printable version of this recipe on my website. I will put a link to that down below if you are watching this on YouTube. If you are finding this on my website, I will add this video to that blog post. So thanks for joining me here again in the Homestead Kitchen. My name is Constance at A Good Life Farm, and I'll talk to y'all next time.